meet any time this afternoon.
How about right after lunch? I always meet better on a full stomach.
Okay.
Farah, could you do it a bit later?
Why?
Well, you're supposed to be helping me in accounts. Will your stomach still be full enough by 3 o'clock?
If I eat a bag of crisps, yes.
Right, after lunch for Justin, 3 o'clock for Adrian. Bridget, do you have a moment, please?
When?
Now, I thought we'd pop down to the post room.
Why, are you expecting a parcel?
We need to check all the new equipment that needs replacing, remember? What's this?
It's a list of all the hardware they need, and the equipment they're planning to connect it to, and the software they'll be running on it.
When did you do this?
Yesterday. Remember, I asked you to help me, but you were too busy helping Don.
Yeah, well, we still need to meet with Penny and the software manager. They're going to be replacing all the equipment. We have to make sure that...
So what we buy now will work with what they want then? I've done that too.
Done what?
Met with them.
You met Penny without me?
I needed to get working on it.
Well, she was expecting me to be there. Can you imagine how bad it must have
Well, I
looked?
made an excuse for you.
It's not the point, Bridget. We're supposed to be doing this together.
Oh, you've noticed? We were supposed to be doing this on Monday, but you were too busy helping someone, and on Tuesday, but you were too busy helping someone else, and on Wednesday.
I asked to meet on Wednesday.
No, you didn't. You just rushed in here and you said, Bridget, have you got a moment? Just drop everything and let's meet.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Book your time a week in advance? You know, people call on me all the time to do things.
Well, maybe that's why you can never do what you're supposed to be doing when you're supposed to be doing it.
Yeah, well, I can do it now. We'll work through lunch.
No, I am not working through lunch. I needed you on Monday, not now. I can finish this job quite well without you, thank you. Lunch, anyone?
Yeah, right.
Let's go.
That was the boiling over of a conflict that's been on the back burner all week. I could have given them some advice when the problem was still only simmering, but no one ever asks me. When will they ever learn?
Ready to go?
Go where?
The post room, remember? We promised Penny we'd make a start on it today.
Can't we do it tomorrow?
Tomorrow? We really should get at it.
I have to help Justin with something today.
Well, I thought you were helping Justin last week.
I was helping Carol last week.
It's just that we promised her we'd have a report for her by Friday, and there's a lot to do.
But I won't be as busy tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Right. Fine.
Thanks, Bridget.
Well, I think you can see how that led to this. Bridget was obviously upset on Monday, but she wouldn't say anything. And Farah was so intent on doing what she was doing, she wasn't listening to Bridget's concerns. Could they have done things differently? Oh, yes. I think they could.
Ready to go?
Go where?
The post room, remember? We promised Penny we'd make a start on it today.
Can we do it tomorrow?
Tomorrow? It's just that I'm worried that if we don't make a start today, we won't get it all done. And how do I know tomorrow you're not going to be off doing something else?
Bridget, if people ask me to do something, then I feel I ought to do it. I'm sorry. Are you worried about the deadline?
Yes.
Well, how much time do you think we'll need?
Well, it's just that it would be easy if we could plan ahead and do certain things on certain days, that's all.
The thing is, I promised to help Justin. How busy are you tomorrow?
Well, not very. Why?
Well, I thought maybe we could start tomorrow and, you know, put aside the whole morning.
Well, let's see. Well, if you're free first thing, we could go to the post room and then meet later.
Now, that seems simple. But why would that approach have prevented the pitiful scene we had before lunch? Well, let's have a look.
Ready to go?
It all started, if you remember, when Farah asked to postpone the visit to the post room.
Can we do it tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
The second time around, though, Bridget didn't just mumble a vague complaint. She said exactly what was upsetting her.
It's just that I'm worried that if we don't make a start today, we won't get it all done. And how do I know tomorrow you're not going to be off doing something else?
And then, rather than plough on with her own agenda, Farah listened to Bridget and asked questions.
I'm sorry. Are you worried about the deadline?
Yes.
Okay. Well, how much time do you think we'll need?
With this question, Farah opened up the discussion, which allowed them to respond to each other's concerns.
Well, it's just that it would be easier if we could plan ahead and do certain things on certain days, that's all.
They could then work the problem out together.
Well, I thought that maybe we could start tomorrow morning and, you know, put aside the whole morning.
Well, Come on, let's see.
In an ideal world, that's what would have happened. But neither the world nor this office is ideal. And we have a further complication. If you think back to the row before lunch, Bridget and Farah couldn't even agree as to what the problem was.
Can you imagine how bad it must have looked?
Bridget thinks Farah spends too much time helping others on the spur of the moment.
Noticed. We were supposed to be doing this on Monday, but you were too busy helping someone, and on Tuesday, but you were too busy helping someone else, and on Wednesday.
I asked to meet on Wednesday.
Farah, on the other hand, thinks the problem is Bridget's lack of flexibility.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Book your time a week in advance? You know, people call on me all the time to do things.
Well, maybe that's why you can never do what you're supposed to be doing when you're supposed to be doing it.
Of course, the real problem is finding a way to work that satisfies Bridget's need to plan and schedule, but allows Farah time to do the extra tasks she volunteers for.
Farah, have you got a minute?
Yeah, of course. I'm really sorry about before.
Oh, it was my fault. I really shouldn't have gone to Penny without you.
So, what are the steps you can take to cool off conflict before it boils over? Well, say what's upsetting you. Listen and ask questions. Respond to concerns. Agree what the problem is. And finally, work it out together. Oh, and of course, it's never too late to start doing these things.
It's just that I never realised that people expect you to help them as much as they do.
Well, yeah, it does get busy sometimes.
And that's another point. Don't be afraid to talk about the experience. Of course, these problems sort themselves out eventually. It's just easier if you know something about how to handle conflict. It could save you a lot of pain. And if only someone would ask me once in a while. Oh, well. Oh, by the way, thank you for listening.